Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very good. Everybody is sitting on time. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Inna Allaha la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Verily, never will Allah change the condition of the people who do not change themselves. Since the time has already changed greatly. So the opinion is that we should take online education seriously. And since we have been teaching them traditional way, we are finding it little difficult to get the results. And we are very much disappointed from the students' point of view, from the teaching point of view, from the parents' point of view, that result is not coming. And last year also we have seen, after imparting full year education online, when we called them for the offline test, the result was almost zero. So now they have adopted to the new techniques, and if we don't come along with the new techniques, then it will be very difficult for us to survive. For your information, I must tell you, in the last 1 year time, in India alone, 150,000 schools have been shut down, have been closed. They could not survive because the people lost their job, no income, they could not pay fees, not many problems were there. Even we are facing the heat. We are feeling the heat, how the things are going on. People are finding it difficult to pay the fees. Hardly 20% of the parents have paid fees now in this current year. And we are all worried how we will manage the show, how we will manage with the salaries, so many issues. And this is the condition with almost all the schools. So things have been come to this stage that how long it will take, we don't know. Alhamdulillah, we have survived. And more than 25 crores students have been affected. Those who have left, this is the rough data I am giving you. Okay, those who have left the studies, they are no more in schools and they are forced to work, child labor. Here in Mirror itself we have seen many students of our school, they are forced to sell vegetables on trolley. Here. So these are the situations. So under these circumstances, it is our prime duty to ensure that everybody gets proper education. And to give them proper education, earlier also we had a lot of difficulty in the sense that students are not listening to the parents, students are not listening to the teachers, they are doing of their own. But now since new studies have taken place, new inventions have taken place, so we have to understand what this cycle is. You are all educated people. So you can understand better what the cycle is, how it transforms. And if we don't change our teaching techniques, then we will lag behind and we will not be doing any justice to the education. We have no right to be teacher then if we cannot impart what for the students are coming to us. So that's the reason. And we have to continuously upgrade. As the hadith says, you have to keep getting education from your mother's lap to grave. So you have to keep learning irrespective what your age is. Since we are in the education profession, so I have to pay focus on this, how we will manage. Rest of the areas you can leave because every field is very vast, very big. So this area, then how we will do it. Here we will start with some history today, and then you will understand the complete perspective under what we are working, how the things are going on, and how we can change ourselves. And if we don't change it, we will be out of race. This should be clear to all the teachers, all the staff. If we don't come up to the mark, we cannot get along. We will not be able to move ahead. And this will be a very big task. So now let us start. Let us see what the thing is. It's not how much you know, but how much you do that makes the critical difference. It's a very important thing. Knowledge you will get everywhere. Google is full of information. But after extracting the information, after getting the proper knowledge, how much you are able to implement it, that makes all the difference. So this is the very basic thing. Please note down whatever we are learning here. It's a practical thing. And today itself, we will start the practical. After this lecture, when you go to the staff room, I'll make the groups of the different classes here itself. You sit down together, join your heads together, give your ideas. It's a innovative field. You have to generate new ideas of teaching. You have to plan for the next 1 week portion what you are going to teach in the class next week. Today we will do it. And Saturday we especially kept for this, that whenever you people are here, so at least for a week's planning we can do it. It's very crucial and important to be successful. You should know beforehand what you are going to teach and what the students are going to learn and how we will teach them. So these things we will just discuss in detail today, inshallah. Let's see. Now today's session's objective is, number one is understanding the world today. What this world is going on, how the things are going on. So these things we will just try to have a look. Then number two is different generations. People generally call it, no, there is a generation gap. What gap is this? What are the different types of generations are taking place? People have invested their lives to discover all these things. And in this case, I'll explain you, nearly 500 years data they have collected and then they have put it together. Then characteristics of these generations. There is a difference in generations, there is no doubt. But what are the characteristics? Okay? And then comes 21st century students. We used to say, our Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, he used to say, we have to move into 21st century, and he introduced the computers and everything everywhere somewhere in 80s. Remember? 90s, 80s, 90s, he was doing it. So, and then 21st century teaching and learning process. In this age, how we will teach and what will be the learning process, how the students will learn. And then comes 21st century students and 21st century teachers, how they should be. It is going to be a very interesting session today, inshallah. So you will come to know many new things. Even I have come to know many new things. So it's really mind-boggling. It's eyes-opening. Your eyes will get open. How the things are moving, how the world is moving, and how we have to teach now. We have to explore so many things. Now let us see the current world today. Number one, chaos, rapid change. Very first thing, what in current situation, current world, what we notice is a lot of confusion. Chaos is there. Rapid changes are taking place. A lot of changes are taking place every now and then. The pace of change is very fast. It is difficult to track even. So that is one thing. Number two is choices. Maximum variety. You take the number of choices, maximum variety you will find everywhere. And number three is technology. Technology has come up and the speed has come. A lot of speed is there, which is difficult to track the things. In chaos, rapid change, how you will survive? Because so many things are changing. One thing has come, one mobile has come. Suddenly another mobile version has come. Your mobile become obsolete, outdated. It's not the latest one. Maybe for a few months you enjoyed the latest mobile. Same is the case with the softwares. One software has come, another has come. Anything you take, things are changing one after another. New models, these things, that thing, so many things are coming. So that is difference. How you will survive that? Whatever the line of action you have chosen, you have to be working on it with perseverance, with continuity, with a lot of patience. You have to continue with that work. Okay? Number two is resilience. Resilience is what? Whatever something happens, immediately come back, bounce back. This is resilience. Then compassionate. You have to be compassionate with the people. And then teamwork. Today's world is working in team. It is not individual work. Earlier scientists used to invent something alone. But now it is a team of scientists in US and other places which is working on a single one project. The life has become so vast. Earlier one doctor was enough to treat you. But now for one body, for each part of your body, a specialist is there. Even it is not possible for one doctor to know everything in your body alone. Then science, physics, chemistry, metaphysics, so many things have come. So many things. Not possible for one person to carry on with these things. So there has to be a team Without teamwork, you cannot survive, you cannot carry on. Choices, maximum variety. What is the variety? You go to the store, for example, clothes buying, how many varieties you get? Plenty. Go to the big bazaar or any mega store, how many choices you get? Difficult to choose. Mobiles, anything you take, so many varieties have come, it is difficult to carry on. In that situation, what we have to do is, we have to anticipate whether this is good for me or not. It will work for me or no. You need to do a lot of homework before you go for your purchase. A lot of varieties are there in the market. So this is very important. Then you have to prepare well for the choices part and then focus on it. Whatever you have selected, whatever you have decided to buy or take it, then you have to focus on it and start working on it. Technology, speed, it has to be used, but you cannot be enslaved. Don't become a slave of it. So you have to use it, but don't be enslaved as far as technology is concerned. It's not that the moment you get up and you see the WhatsApp, not necessary. You have to be very disciplined in your time, because you are supposed to give your time effectively. You have to use it so effectively, you have to use it that you do justice to everything. Life is very fast, it's demanding, so you have to be disciplined. So these are the few things. Now next comes different generations. We will study the different generations. 3: past, present and future. Normally it is these only. So we will study these 3 generations today. Let's see what they say. Strauss Howe generational theory. Many people have explored, but he made his own researched work, and he made a generation gap of 20 years each. For example, the number 1 comes silent generation. It is for this century, 20th century we will talk about. 1920 to 1940, it is called silent generation. People born between 1920 and 1940. Some people differ it. It comes to, some people say it is 1915, 1920, and the variation is also there. Somewhere it is 20 years, some say it is 25 years, some say it is 18 years. Different things are there. But for too easy to understand, we have taken a block of 20 years. Okay, this is what the generation is. So that generation is called silent generation. So number 2 comes baby boomers. Why it is called silent generation? 1920 to 1940.
The people here were not having their own opinion. They were like very obedient to their parents. They were not having much variety in everything, like food qualities and everything were very compact and everything. And
Yes.
it's all around that whatever they were told, they were doing. They were not having their own opinion. They were not having opinion to share their freedoms also.
Very good. That's what. In addition to this, there were wars was there. 2 major wars took place. That was a major first World War, and then Second World War, 1939. That is started. So that was the areas where the people became very silent. They could not do anything because everybody was engaged fighting the war. They were engaged in the wars. So that is also one of the reason. And what she said, that is also correct. Okay, it is called a silent generation. Then comes baby boomers. 1940s to 1960. Those who are born between 1940s to 1960, they are called baby boomers. So why it is called baby boomers? Because World War is got over, and World War got over, and the United Nations formed. All the countries came together and they decided not to fight. We should not go to that extent destruction. So there people got space to work a lot and progress. So they were like children, enthusiastic. Go ahead, do something, make something. So that was the thing, that they are called baby boomers, and they did a lot of constructive work during those time. 1940 to 1960s, in these 20-25 years, they did a lot of work. So they are called baby boomers. Then comes generation X, 1960s to 1980s. Those who are born in 1960s and between 1980, I am from Gen X. Okay. So don't predict my age. I am a very young child, young man. Okay, getting along with the Gen Z. So I am from this group, Gen X, 1960 to 1980s. So here, those baby boomers, they did a lot of constructive work. They got stabilized, and they did a lot many maintained. They got a sustainability. Whatever the things have been done, they got it done. Then comes your Gen Y, millennial they are called, 1980s 2000. Those who are born between 1980s and 2000, they are called millennials. Why they are called millennials? Because it is touching century. So they are called millennials. Gen Y. And I think most of you are from Gen Y. Huh? Born before 2000. Isn't it? So this is Gen Y. And lastly comes Gen Z, born after 2000. Some say it is 2006, 2007. So but a rough idea you will get that those who are born after Gen Z, 2000, they are called Gen Z. So these 5 generations we have taken. Then further we will study, these are the differences are there. In this, lot of differences there. So that we will study what exactly the differences are. The fourth turning is a book in USA, where it was in 1940s, 1960, high boomers, means they did a lot of progress, and then awakening, Gen X, 1960 to 1980. So a lot of awakening was there. So they did a lot of progress and further stabilized the things. Then unraveling millennials. So they became unraveling. So they are called millennials. And the crisis, Gen Z. The present generation, those who are born after 2000, they are crisis, complete confused. So this is the another study. Now, digital natives. Why this after 2000? Those who are born Gen Z, they are called digital natives because they are born a smartphone in hand, internet. So many facilities are there. So they are called digital natives. And net generation, internet generation. They are not much aware of the toys or gilli danda, isn't it? Then they are called trophy generation. Why they are called trophy generation? Because this generation, they win a lot of prizes. Whereas in our time, these things were not there. We don't used to win so many prizes. So they win a lot of trophies, lot of prizes. So they are called trophy generation. And they are also called .com generation. So these are the 4 names have been given to the Gen Z, current generation. Now baby boomers, 1940 to 1960. Further we will study in detail what exactly. New technology. Number 1, what was that in that time? Television was there. And these studies have been taken in America, US. So it is timings and other things are relevant to them much more than what we are. But still we can draw a line and we can understand what our system is. Because our time, this 1940s, 60s, television was not there. It came very late. After 60s only it came in India. So keep this in mind. This study has been taken in US. So from there they have derived all these things. Then comes your view of self. How they viewed about themselves? Confident. They were confident. 1940s, 1960. So they viewed themselves as confident because they were baby boomers. And then learning, teaching role was how it was? Hands-on experience, on the spot, going to the classroom, doing the things and learning it. Education, freedom of expression they wanted, because before that period everything was curtailed, they were suppressed. So how they wanted? The freedom of expression they wanted. So this is another thing. And now career goals. Build a stellar career. In this generation, maximum people, they look for a stellar career. Any career, they got it and they sit with it. Okay, no problem. We have done it. Then comes family life. Indulge as children. They were attached to their parents, grandparents, and they were together. It was a combined family system was there. To indulge as children. And the rewards what they expected is title and corner office. Give them any title, position, and if the big office they have got, I become manager, fine, I am happy. I have got a cabin in the bank or anywhere. That is the title, that is the reward they expected in this generation, 1940s, 1960. Let us go to the next. 1960s, 1980s, generation X. So what does it say? New technology was computers. We of self-independent. They always felt we are free to do anything. We are free, independent. Okay. Then comes learning, teaching, self-directed and traditional. These age people, 1960s to 1980s, where I am there, they are self-directed and traditional. Means they belong to age where they carried on with their customs and other things. At the same time, they are self-motivated to find their own ways. That is what I did. I was in Air Force, then I came into education field. Okay. So they are self-directed and traditional. Then comes education, practical. No rote learning. Practically, what makes it, that they believed. Career goals, build a portable career. Portable career means it can be carried from one place to another or something. Okay. Family life, alienated as children. Disintegration of the families started. Independent families started. I got married, I live separate. No joint family. Okay. So this is what alienated as children, and rewards freedom and flexibility. Freedom they wanted and flexibility everywhere. ऐसे नहीं चलेगा, ऐसे चलेगा. No problem. So this is what the flexibility is. Next comes millennials, Gen Y, 1980s, 2000, where you people belong to, most of you. New technology, internet. Some improvement has come. Instead of television, they have gone to internet. Then come view of self is winners. They want to always win. Winners. Every situation they want to win. That's it. And then learning, teaching group, lots of tests. Lot of testing was there. Everywhere test. Unit test, monthly test, class test. Everywhere test is there. And then comes education, accountable. They were feeling accountable towards education. And career goals, build a parallel career simultaneously, together. And then comes family life, protected as children. Most of you have been brought under a lot of protection from the parents' side, which we did not have. We used to go alone to school and come back alone wherever you feel like you go. But this generation means when we people took over, of my age, they protected their children like anything. So you are under the come in this category, family life is protected as children. Rewards, meaningful work. This was your meaningful work. And now let us see today's time, 2000, Gen Z. Okay? What is this new technology? Smartphone आ गया हाथ में. ठीक है? View of self, adaptive. What you were there? Winner. View of self, how it was? Winner. They are adaptive. Be very careful. Monitor it. I'll do comparison later on. This is the differences you have to note. This generation says they are adaptive. Adaptive means they can be adjusted anywhere. They don't want to win-win situation. No, इधर नहीं चलेगा, इधर जाएगा. बोले इधर चलेगा. कहीं भी जाओ, anywhere. Okay. Learning teaching group, online gamification. इनका most attractive thing is what? online game. They don't go to the ground. They prefer always gaming. Why these things are there? I'll explain. Education is individualized. It's not something career oriented or something. Career goals: build a fun and entrepreneurial career. They want to become entrepreneurs and fun, with fun, no seriousness. Family life: connected as children. They are connected because they are been brought under protection, like you people. So it is going on. And rewards are social change. They are opposing whatever the traditions are coming. They are not getting along with that, today's generation. So they are opposing it. So this is the rewards and social change they are looking for. Now let us see students today, generation. Let's understand the 21st century children. Unless we understand their mind and their style of functioning, it will be difficult for us to impart education at their level. So let us see what the 21st century students are. Okay, number one is less concerned about work for traditional company with an 8 to 5 schedule. Like normally office people go to office, they work from 8 to 5 or 9 to 6. They are not concerned about that, these people. Then comes 63% of Gen Z students believe that college should teach students about starting a business. This is survey has been done. This is the tested reports which I am presenting here. So 63% of them, what they want? Students believe that college should teach students about starting a business. You people have never done business, how you will teach? Huh? So just see the things. Gen Z students like independent, self-paced learning with opportunities for collaboration as needed. They need to have the collaboration. Self-paced learning. Okay, and they like to be independent. They don't want to somebody sitting on their head. Then comes, they see their instructor, teacher as a learning facilitator. You cannot go in the traditional way, going, delivering lecture and coming back. No. Learning they will do of their own. You have to just give them a direction. You have to be a facilitator so that they can learn better. It is their mentality now. Understand, facilitator and teacher. So your role is just to see what they are doing and give them proper direction. No, this is not the correct. Go this way. This is the way. Find out this. A lot of things are there. Okay. They want their facilitator to be more informed and available. What happens in the schools? Homework is submitted. After 1 week, even after a month, no feedback to the students. And what happened after the first term break homework in November, December? We give a lot of homework to the students. They go home, they do home, and many they don't do. They come and submit. Teachers also forget, they don't correct. Many a times. I pointed out so many times. If the child has done the homework, the feedback has to go. It must be corrected. Even if they do it, they take their own time. Maybe after 1 month they return it. The students lose interest. They don't think, yeah, what is the point? And those who have not done, nothing happens. So this is another thing. Now Gen Z students experience high rates of depression and anxiety. This is also one of the minus point of this Gen Z, because the life speed, lifestyle is completely changed. So they are suffering even from this high rates of depression and anxiety, and because of that a lot number of suicides are taking place because of this. Okay. Now old versus new. Gen Z is new. Before that all is old. So let us do a comparison. Okay, what are the difference between you people and the new generation? They call themselves, Gen Y people call themselves winners, whereas they are adaptive, Gen Z people. They are not going in line with you. It's different. Okay. You people believed in competitions. They believed in collaboration. They hate competition. They don't feel like competing with their own colleagues, own friends. Whereas we people have been in competition, beat, compete. Competitions are not going to help. Rather, it discourages the students to take interest in the studies. Keep noting down. We were more interested in results. I very often say, if the result is not there, what is the point? But these people, they prefer efforts, whether result comes or no. Now you being a facilitator, you have to tell them whether your efforts are right or wrong. It may be less or more. Put in little more efforts, you will do it better. Result automatically will come, provided your efforts are there. So this is one of the important part, results and efforts. Then you have been patient, and they are impatient. They cannot be very patient. They are not. They are in a hurry, moving ahead. We never had that much of teamwork, but they always do more teamwork. Our generation had a less teamwork, and these people have a more teamwork. Okay, we are not that creative, less creative, and these people are more creative. A lot of creativity is taking place everywhere, if you see, but in their field, digital world, you see the things. They are very fond of knowing everything. Mobile, small kids, small children, they know everything, whereas people like me, we don't know much. Although I am trying to run along, but still, you cannot compete with them. They are born with mobile phone in hand, smartphone in hand. So there has to be some difference. Okay? You were all teacher centric, and they are student centric. Fine? Now let us go to the next, Gen Z. Understanding teaching and learning process. What is the teaching and learning process? We have to just find it. Gen Z learner characteristics we will discuss. What is this? Interested in multimedia. Point number 1 to be noted. See, here you cannot impose something. It is inbuilt software is there in them, which says they are interested in these things. Research based studies it says. So if you try to change it, you will not get the result. So they are much more interested in multimedia. Number 2 is creates internet content. You see Facebook, blogs, TikTok. How many things? TikTok has gone now, so many talk has come. Even I don't know the names of many sites. Students know, and they are using it. So there creates internet content a lot. Operates at twitch speed. Twitch means very fast, quickly. They operate very fast. Their mind also is very sharp. I tell even these people to slow down, come to my level, move with my speed. Let me understand things, and then you explain. They operate very fast speed. So that is another thing. And then they have learners by inductive discovery. They do the things inductive way and discover themselves and do it. Relies on search engines for information. They are more dependent on smartphones, and immediately they go to Google and find out, and they prove teacher is wrong. Teacher have to be very proper. So you have to change your style of working. Rather providing them information, you have to work in such a way that you become facilitator. You don't feel insulted also. Because when they say, ma'am, this is not the thing, this is the thing. Especially in higher classes. Okay. Then again, let us see some more characteristics. Learn by trial and error. They themselves do the trials, and when they do mistake, they learn it. Whereas I have been telling my students also, and I tell to everybody, you see if the other has done the mistake, don't repeat that. Learn a lesson from there and proceed so that your speed is faster. But these people generally what they do, in spite of the fact they have seen the other person has done wrong and the result was not good, but still they will try and fail themselves, and then they will succeed. So this is another part which is very interesting. Communicate visually. How they communicate? Visually, video contents, PPTs, so many things. That is what I am trying to use here. PPTs. Okay. Multimedia on everything. Everything you go, multimedia. Then comes emotionally open. They are open emotionally, not very self-bound or something. Then short attention span. This is a very big drawback, minus point amongst the students, is they have a very short span of attention. Normally it is said that they have only 10 seconds of attention span. Within 10 seconds, if you are able to create some impact, they will continue with you, or otherwise they go out. And this is what is happening in online classes. Teachers are going in the traditional method. Okay, open your book. Have you done your yesterday's homework? Why, what nonsense. So these styles will not work. So you have to be ensure that you capture their attention in the very first moment you enter the class. Immediately see that your attention, you capture their attention and make them busy in that. Right? Let us see some more. Prefer teamwork and collaboration. They don't like to work alone. Whereas in our time, we don't used to show our notes to anybody. But they say no problem. You show me yours, I will show you mine. Collaboration, teamwork. They will sit together and do it. Okay. Thrives on instant gratification. This is very important. When they go to games on the Google or any place they are playing the game, instant gratifications is there. Immediately likes come. Likes or dislike, whatever. Dislike normally doesn't come. How many likes have come? And that creates a lot of pressure on their minds also. Sometimes it converts into depression. Okay, I didn't get so many likes. You know, how many likes? Last time I got 50 likes, this time only 20. So emotionally, psychologically, otherwise also it is affecting them. So what you have to keep in mind, immediate gratification has to be there, individual student in the class. Done wrong, tack from your side. अंगूठा दिखा दो. ठीक है? So this instant gratification they are looking for, and if you, and same is the case with your homework. If you don't respond within a reasonable time, preferably on the same day, they lose interest. Next day homework they will not do. Whatever things you have given. Keep it in mind. Immediate response has to go from your end. The teachers have to be alert now. Quickly, fatafat, काम करना है. Then comes respond quickly and expect rapid response in return. If you ask something from the students, normally they respond very quickly. At the same time, if you don't respond in the same tone, they lose interest. They will go away. They will not be with you. And then comes constantly seek feedback. Since we have seen they prefer efforts, so on each effort they want the feedback from anywhere. So whatever the games they are playing, so for efforts they are being appreciated in the games. In spite of the fact that he did a wrong stroke, something he played, but even then the appreciation for the efforts, good try, well tried. नहीं आया कोई बात नहीं. So that is how you have to look for it. Now what is the way to tackle them? What is the way to tackle them? You cannot stop all these things because it is inbuilt. Software is like that. You cannot change it. So what has to be done is, don't stop them. Instead, give them a direction. The direction has to be given. Okay, use these things, not this way, you make it like this. It is a flowing water, you can say. It is coming from a high terrain. It's a very fast in speed. If you try to hold it, it will take you away. It will sweep you away. What you can do is, best use is, if you put it down, it will good for nothing. It will become stagnant after some time. No movement. But if you give them direction properly, then you can make effective use of this flowing water. If this talent, how it is flowing, so you can make it very effective use if you give them proper direction. Let us go in detail and see Gen Z teaching strategies. Rely on search engines, provide assignment that draw on the students' search engine skills, but give guidance and structure on how to maximize the value and use of search results. It's a open book examination, you can say. Now teachers have to explore, they have to find out how they can give them use of search engines, because they have to go to search engines. They will go, but at the same time, as I suggested in my last lecture, you give them the paragraph and ask them to make questions and send it to you. So, but natural, they will read. And even you can offer them, whatever the questions you people are submitting, out of that only I'll make a question paper. Rather further now I'm thinking, see, it is a creative field. We have to discuss together and find out ways for the betterment of our students. If you keep the exams as we used to keep it earlier, unit test and semester exams, so they will more depend on the exam. Exam time we will do something, we will copy, we will ask somebody and write in the examination. So your regular study will get affected, and you might be experiencing the children are not serious. They are not attending the classes very seriously, especially in the higher classes. They are distracted. They are not paying much attention. So we have to keep it in mind, okay, whatever the things you do, you search from anywhere. Choice is yours, because you cannot stop it. Whether you say you stop it, for example, I have not given my mobile phone to my daughters till they pass the 12th standard. But can I say that they were not using the mobiles? They were taking off mother's mobile and using. Friends' mobile they take and use. So everything is accessible to them. So unnecessary building a barrier between you and your children is not good. So that is the one thing we have to work upon. Teachers have to give the assignments or something, let them explore, and you can suggest the sites also from where you will get this idea, from which article they should read. So then they will develop and generate some interest and do it. Next is interested in multimedia. Now interested in multimedia, how you will create the things for them. Use videos, games, etc. that are students' favorites in your teaching, assignments and assessment. Again, it is very challenging in the sense because we are completely changing the system. Earlier the lesson planning, what we have been doing it, that was from the teacher's point of view. I'll go to class, I'll mention the subject, then I'll open the topic, I'll introduce the topic, then I'll explain the main content, then I'll come to the conclusion, and then I'll ask the questions. This is who is doing? Who is doing? Teacher is doing. It's not learner's perspective. What students are doing, they are simply sitting. Whether they have understood or no, who knows? And we are giving full marks. Yes, very good teacher. Good, well done. Here things are changing. You have to see, if you are interested in multimedia, what you will do? Videos, use videos. What will you do? Now videos and photography has become very common. Everybody has got their smartphone, they are making videos, they are using the photos, clicking photos, everything they are doing it. So for small things, whatever the practical they do at home, ask them to make the videos. Islamic perspective, if you say, so whatever the du'as we have taught them, tell them to make a video that you are taking water, sitting down, saying the dua and drinking water, and after that again dua. Tell the parents, okay, when you are sleeping, you are going to toilet, say dua. When you are coming out, it will become fun. Especially in the lower classes, you have to use the informal teaching, which we have discussed in the last time. Informal teaching is what? So many things are available in the class, in the home. You have to make use of those items, colors, things, and you have to explore. You have to see your lesson, find out how you can convert it into a game or in an informal learning, and ask them to do it. And what the students will do, you immediately say, okay, go bring this color cloth. They will leave the your mobile phone at a place and they will run and find out that color cloth and bring and show you. It will become interesting and fun for them. We have to inform the parents also. You don't worry if the child is running, because I am asking them to do something. But you have to ensure that it is complying with your content, lessons. All the lessons have to be converted into informal learning. It cannot be the same what we have been doing earlier. Very simple. So ensure it that you have to use videos, games you have to convert into it. In teaching, assignment and assessment. Same way projects you can give them, but it should not be the project like we used to make it earlier in the school. Okay, it becomes sometimes boring. See the interest of the students. You have to make the groups of each student in the class. Maybe 5, 10 students group you have to make. We have already purchased the software for Zoom. In that, break room facility is also there. Breaking room. So in that same class and the same ID, you can break the students in different groups. Okay, roll number from 1 to 10, first group, 11 to 20, second group, 21 to 30, third group, and they will be online. They will discuss everything online. Nobody has to go to anybody's house, and you can ask them to fix a separate time for discussion and doing this project. Because they work teamwork. They want collaboration. You have to understand their psyche, and you will see the result, inshallah. So you have to change your complete style of working. Every subject you have to find out the ways, how you can make it effective. Okay, create internet content, provide students with opportunities to contribute to websites, write their own blogs, microblogs and links, and also create YouTube videos, podcast and videocast with appropriate content. This also you will have to make them understand what sort of small videos they can make, how they can create a channel of their own and what they should upload, and you can share the link to your friends. Let them share the knowledge, but ensure that it is original, no copyright, because unnecessary copyright issue will come in case if they copy the content from somewhere else. So that also you have to make them aware, no copying, you have to create your own websites, and the things should start happening in a better way. Let us see some more strategies. Operate at pitch speed for students to learn as fast as possible with the least hassle. Allow them to operate at their speed. Students should be engaged and participating in their learning. Otherwise, they can become bored and impatient, and as a consequence, stop going to class. So you have to be very, because they respond in a very fast. This thing is twitch speed. So even if the child is asking something, you have to respond on the same day. If no answer is coming from the teacher side, they will get disengaged. The teacher is not responding, or maybe after 2 days you will reply. They are not interested. They are very fast. In the games when they play, on the spot they get the gratifications, numbers, everything is coming. This is the way. They remain engaged. Same way you have to find out some way. Rather, I was suggesting to yesterday the principal ma'am that we should go for the continuous assessment part of the students. Every day, whatever activity, project or lesson you ask them to cover up in a different way, like write 5 questions on this lesson and send it to me. Same day marking. Inform them, you got this many marks, you got this many marks. And this continuous process, we can divide the portion in unit test, up to first unit test, then up to first semester, this is the portion. Second unit test, this is the portion. And second semester, this is the portion. Based on that, you will be given the result. Once it becomes, and students are clear that everyday marks are being given based on these activities, on these lessons, they will attend the class. Provided you keep the class interesting, interactive. You have to talk a lot. Let the students also talk. You have to play a role of a facilitator. Facilitator in the sense, you have to give a lot of chance to the students. Okay, I gave you this activity. Who did? Raise your hand. They will raise the hand. Okay, you explain. From group number 1, these many students have responded. Remaining groups, what are you doing? Ensure from each group everybody talks. That is 1 minute, 2 minutes. So your teaching pattern changes completely. You are not delivering any ordinary lecture. Rather, students are explaining and you are correcting them. Yeah, this is not the point, this is the correct. Okay, next point. Group number 2, you will see. Group number 3. Okay, anybody from group number 3? Getting my point? Something, is it making sense? It's something different, you know. So we have to apply our mind and learn something and do it. So this is how you have to do it. Experiential, kinesthetic, shorten your lectures, increase group discussion. Same what I said just now. Make the groups, let them discuss among themselves. Let them copy from anywhere, but only the content should not be the same. Let them write in their own language. Don't worry about the handwriting, etc. Little bit you are teaching them, let them learn. We don't know in what way it will get settled in the days to come, but the things are right now it is like this, and it is a challenge for each teacher to hold the students with them. Another point, important point I just want to tell you, that whenever most of the big students they are using the earphones, hands free, remove it. Tell them no hands free or this earphones will be used. Let the voice come from the mobile or the laptop directly. In this way, the parents will also come to know what my child is doing. You are discussing, others are discussing, everybody is discussing. Let it be. We have to explain to the parents, okay, no hands free, no earphones will be used. There are two damages. Number one is it affects your ear also. At the same time, if the child minimizes the teacher and does something different or start playing the game or anything else, nobody knows. Parents say, my child is attending everyday lecture. What is the output? So indirectly they will be monitoring that child is in the class or no. And when you say, okay, where is your parent, you call, and in case if the parent is around, so they will say, yes miss, what happened? So this is also one of the benefits. So remember this, okay, don't allow them to use earphones. No. Remove it, pull it, and ask them to switch on their camera. Ask them to switch on their camera. Tell them the positioning of the mobile, how it is to be kept, not bottom, ceiling is visible. Ask them to buy one small at least stand where they can keep it. Preferably if the laptop is there, it's much better. If not, okay, smartphone will do. But positioning of the smartphone should be proper so that the picture and the view goes proper. Background has to be seen. Okay, what background the child is sitting. Another thing, opposite the window they should not sit. Then outside light will be coming into the camera, mobile, and the face of the child will become dark. He has to ensure that face, light from anywhere it is coming, either from this side light or from the window light, it has to be on the face. And then you have to ensure that background is something decent, something proper. Let it be wall clock on the wall, no issue. But not that dirty clothes are lying or something happening, it doesn't create good sense. So all these things you have to teach to the students, each student of your class. So then the HM or the supervisor who visits your class, immediately they will monitor, okay, out of 50 students, 47 are there, very good. Good response. That means the teacher is competent and the teacher is in control of the class. You can ensure that all the students are there. So this is how you have to go. Then comes some more strategies we have to see. Trial and error. This is another their quality. They try themselves and then find out what are the mistake. Assign problem where students individually or in group can test their own strategies to discover the solutions. This point is very important. You have to work out, okay, what are the group or individual activities can be given where they have to do their own and learn it. Students want to take control of their own learning, which may involve unconventional methods, encourage brainstorming and problem solving and decision making. So these are the things you have to keep it in mind while engaging. Then multitask. This is another trend. Teacher may say, you are not focused, what are you doing? But it is in their blood. It is inbuilt software. They are attending class also, at the same time they are sipping the tea or doing some messages, something simultaneously 2 3 4 काम करना उनका मजा है, multitasking, and they remain focused. If you keep them focused on one job only, they will feel drowsiness, they will become sleepy. Permit students to multitask in class. Don't be offended if their attention is divided rather than focused only on you, unless you have found the right hook. Short attention span, as I told you, so you have to be attention grabber, you have to use rather something, you have to throw something like this, okay, it grabs the attention of the students. Students' attention span is a function primarily of their level of interest in an activity. Use a variety of strategies that will keep your students engaged in different ways. It's not one single method will not help. You have to be interactive and involve them in your learning. Again, the role of a teacher, not that you are speaking and they are listening. No, ask them to reply. Ask them to speak, ask them to share their views. Anything they are finding it, let them share it. Visually literate, include graphics, images and visual representations in your presentations, especially videos from YouTube, Khan Academy, etc., with which students can relate. Khan Academy is very famous. You can download your contents from there and use it in your class. That means you have to do a lot of research, a lot of content you have to make it. But go slowly, doesn't matter. Initially it may be difficult for you, but over a period of time you will get used to it and it will become fun for you, interesting even. Okay, emotionally open, they express their feelings easily. Whatever they have in mind, immediately they say. Use live and online methods to encourage interaction and opinion sharing, such as discussion, question and answer, collaborative exercise and digital storytelling. You can use any method you like, so it will not be a conventional method through which it will go. Prefers teamwork and collaboration. As I suggested, make the groups, small groups of the class. Create a team atmosphere for learning where you are part of the team. Plan group projects, peer review and research assignments. Assign out of class a small group work with an online chat room. Assign students to create visual demonstrations, video to present in the class. Whatever the videos and other things they are giving, short videos, 1 minute, 30 seconds, you can present it in the class. They will get boosted. Yes, I did something, whole class watched. They appreciated. Likes, immediate gratification. So that will encourage the students. And especially those who are not participating, you have to encourage them more, so that they also start taking interest and your teaching improves and the class engagement also increases. Pressure to succeed. Tap students' multiple intelligence and learning styles to give every student the chance to succeed in your course. Emphasize critical thinking and deep learning experiences rather than memorization of facts. That is the old pattern. No more memorization. Rather, they should learn by experiment of their own experience. If they are learning something, that will remain in their mind. Let them do the experiments and learn it. Design opportunities and fair assessment. So this is the way you can carry on with them. Okay, how you can pressure to succeed, because they want to move ahead. They don't want to stand at one place. So this is how something they can do it. Then comes seek feedback. Provide regular and prompt constructive feedback. Praise, corrective, process oriented and focused on self-regulation. Engagement and confidence on print, online and face-to-face. Use stickers to provide you and the students with immediate feedback on in-class activities and assessment. Means you have to find out some way how many stickers you are winning. You can create some sticker and start posting it. Okay, save it in your drive with the name. At the end of the month, you can ask the students who got how many stickers from how many teachers. Every teacher should adopt these things. Like golden tickets we introduced in the class, similar way stickers or likes. So let them compile it, and if possible, if the funds permit, we may give them some prizes also to to encourage. Okay, so this is how you can encourage their participation part. Instant gratification is very important. Consider your students' needs for speed and instant gratification in your responses for grading, returning assignments, posting exam scores and other forms of feedback. Also teach them self-control and delayed gratification to encourage patience rather than frustration and boredom. So far we were slightly confused online how we will give the prizes, how these things will happen. But we can find out some way, right? We can organize the functions online now. Few students, those who are performing, can be called to school. They will perform here. Rest of the school will be online. They will be attending in their homes. And there all the things can be done to them. All prizes or whatever they are doing, all activities can be shared with all the school. Like we used to do it in the assembly point or whenever any function is taking place. So this way also we can go ahead and do something big. Response quickly. It's all about speed, efficiency, and it don't waste my time. So response quickly means they respond also very quickly and they expect response from the teachers or other people also very fast. So this is the sum of the teachers. Student point of view, we have learned what exactly the students want. Now let us see understanding the teaching skills. What the teacher should have the skills. Do you find these things difficult? Difficult? What it says? If you are finding it difficult, be happy because then you are growing. But if you say no, it is very easy, that means things will not be done. Because the moment you open the book, take your first lesson and convert into game, your mind will start thinking. You have to explore ways, new ways, because you are the people who are changed completely now. Your teaching pattern, your B.Ed degrees keep aside now. It will not work. No lesson planning. It is something different planning. It is a role of a facilitator you have to play. How you will make the groups? You have to use a lot of mind. Ensure each activity, each lesson wants something different to cover in the class. And what will be the attention grabbers for the students? As their attention span is very less, 10 seconds. The moment class starts, what dhamaka karna hai? Students attention ho jaye. Then you carry on with your speed. Carry on means you don't have to speak much, involve them quickly. Make the class very interesting. Full of games, play, fun. But ensure that you are not going astray. You are not leaving your original path and going in a gamification. Rather, you have to see that you are playing a game but covering your lesson through that. This is the quality teachers have to develop. Okay, what is it? This is always I say, knowing is knowing and doing is doing. And there is a great difference between knowing and doing. पता तो चल गया साहब, लेकिन करेंगे नहीं. I know, हाँ मालूम है उनका क्या है, उनका स्टाइल है बच्चों का, लेकिन कर नहीं रहे. Then what is the use? Whatever we are learning, we have to apply it. Then only things will change, and you will remain in race. Otherwise, sorry, we cannot help. 21st century teachers, understanding the teacher skills, teaching skills. What are the teaching skills should be there? That we have to see. What a 21st century teacher should be like. Gen Z teaching strategy, student studying preference. This is another survey has been carried out. How they like to learn. 80% of the students, they said, study with friends. This also will help you analyze and see how effective you can make your studies. 80% students say with friends. Next comes 67% students say study together makes learning more fun. Okay, then 60% students also say that like to exchange new ideas with friends. Then comes like to help their friends learn, 52%. Those who are helping their friends also. And 40% say study with friends in person and online. The least percentage is online this thing. So you have to give the work in such a way that they study in groups, friends, circles. How does Gen Z learn? When asked what teachers could do to make learning more fun, helpful and interactive, students responded in a variety of ways. Using more technology, more hands-on learning and more individual attention topped the list. This question was posed to students. Okay, how your teacher should teach. 51% they say by doing, working through examples. That survey after the question, this is what the answer. 38% they say by seeing, reading course material. 12% they say by listening, classroom lectures. So least importance is of the classroom lectures. By listening, hardly anybody they learn. By doing this themselves, they learn a lot, practically. And we have already seen that by informal learning, even the biggest lessons what we have learned in our life, that is through other than school. Most of the places, other than school we have learned. Maybe on job, maybe at home, maybe with the friends, somewhere. Okay, Gen Z teaching strategies. Most helpful tools for learning, important. Make a note. What are the tools which make them learn, which helps them learn effectively? Class discussion, 60% they say classroom discussion is taking place. Maybe the classroom looks like chaotic, very noisy, but that makes a difference. If you are making a group and teaching them, so it makes a difference. Class discussion, 60%. Working through problem concept, 60%. Study guide, 60%. Textbooks, 56%. Test review session, 52%. Working in a small group, 49%. Homework, 46%. Notes available online, 38%. So this is their learning style, how it becomes effective. Classroom discussion and other things will help you learn it more. Gen Y teacher. What is it? What is it? What is it? It's a resume. Okay. This is your resume for teacher. Now what will be the Gen Z resume? LinkedIn profile. This is Gen Z. They don't go on paper and this thing. They just forward a link. You can refer my resume on LinkedIn or any other site, but not the Facebook, of course. Right? Gen Z teaching strategies. Specific individualized guidance is provided. Each student is valued for individual contribution and respected for their strengths. Whatever the strong points they have, you have to encourage them. Then comes learning environment promotes project-based assignments that utilize the strength of each member. All the students should get involved, not that only the smart students are answering and they are only doing it. Help students extract answers from an ocean of information. What is the ocean of information? Google. Give them the project in such a way, let them go and find out. You cannot stop them. If you don't give them something constructive to find out, they will go to unwanted sites. They will waste their time, and they are doing it. They get caught by the games or dirty sites. So you have to give them something constructive and teach them how you can use the internet or the Google form for your benefit, in your favor. Think digital in all assignments, assessment and activities. Digitally we have to think. Break content into short segments and make information graphical. This is the requirement of today's time. Graphical you have to make it. Small segments you have to break your information. So then it can be given to students. And encourage creativity and innovation. If they can create something new, come out with ideas. We will see. And sharing amongst the students in the class, very important. Ensure that in a week time, almost everybody gets a time to speak for a minute. Whatever periods you are taking in a week. Hope that I will be best educator. What do you say? Do you agree with this? Do you hope or believe? If you hope, then sorry. But if you believe, then I believe that I will be best educator. Then you can be the best educator. So this is the thing for today's section. So likewise, if you jointly sit and plan, inshallah the result will come. Next week we will see how much we are able to implement. Okay? So thank you very much. Jazakallahu khair.